Hey Capricorn, it's Jackie from Sacred Journeys. How are you? So let's take a little peek at the weekend from May 12th through the 14th and see what the cards want to show you. So let's see. It feels like this one wants to pop out. Ooh, the Nine of Fire, the Nine of Wands. Traditionally, it's a man standing on his staff and he's been beat up because he's been through the battle. So this weekend feels like you may be feeling beat up or you need to hold your ground because there may be something very it just feels like you got to hold your ground. You've worked a long time to get this far. You're holding the fort down. You're kind of beat up, you're tired, but just hang in there a little bit more this weekend. If something comes up against you, you may have to defend yourself a little bit more, a little bit longer. Let's see what else wants to show itself to you. This one. The Seven of Fire. Oh my God. Okay. So yeah. So belief, defend your beliefs. The Seven of Fires, bickering energy. So it feels like you have been fighting hard, Capricorn, for something to happen. You've really had to work hard to get to where you're at now. So again, you have to fight a little bit more to stay where you're at. But choose your battles wisely. And it feels like almost you've been fighting so hard for so long that you could be a little bit gun shy, like trigger happy. I mean, it's like any sign of some antagonistic energy could cause you to kind of go off. You know what I mean? Because you're so used to having to defend yourself, you're always ready to defend yourself that you could come across a little bit defensive. So try to not let that happen. Try not to let that happen. Matter of fact, this weekend, the positive things, things are coming to a turn around. So you've been fighting a hard battle, looks like. It feels like it, that you have been always having to defend yourself, your beliefs, your actions. You've always had to be on guard. And it could almost feel like not only defending yourself like on your viewpoint, but physically you've been feeling like you've been on guard because you don't feel safe, right? So when you don't feel safe, you literally have these like you're surrounded with a barrier, an energetic barrier, and then you're ready to attack at any sign of threat. And that happens when you're always feeling that you have to be on guard. And so it talks about here, you may have this again. You may have an encounter again, but it feels like you can also stand down. You don't have to be full on guard. It feels like you're almost hyper vigilant at this point. And so the wheel is coming in stating that you can relax a little bit. Things are turning around. Things are changing. There's positive change coming your way. And so you don't have to be on high alert all the time. You can relax. And so when you have an encounter with someone about whatever, and you guys have differing opinions, you don't have to go into full on defending yourself. They're not attacking you. They're just having a conversation. And so it just feels like it's time for you, Capricorn, to be able to stand down, to put all the bodyguards that you've hired, energetic bodyguards, they can stand down. So you can actually just have a conversation and you don't have to be on edge. You don't have to be defensive. You can just relax and you can just be. You don't have to worry. You're safe. So that's the part of you. I feel like there's a part of you that doesn't feel safe. And this is not for everybody, okay? This is probably for somebody very specific, actually. But it feels like they don't feel safe and that they're always on high alert. But then that being at high alert all the time actually perpetuates that feeling unsafe. And it draws in people that don't want you to be safe. It's like this weird energy when we anticipate something so much because it's happened in the past and we feel like we're always under attack and we anticipate it so much and we're always on guard, that actually perpetuates that cycle. So this is where I'm going to speak to whoever's listening that applies to this. The Wheel of Fortune is changing. It's turning on your behalf. It's becoming more positive. You can relax. But this is where the important part is for you, especially today is the Scorpio full moon. It's going to bring up the things that are holding us hostage, if you will. It's going to bring up things that are really driving the train, and they're deep hidden things that we may not be aware of in our logical mind, but they are still being enacted in our reality. So I'm encouraging you to just see what's going on in your reality and tap into the parts of you that are holding whatever belief in place that's keeping that going. Like if you're not feeling safe, if you feel like you have been under battle for eons and you always have to defend yourself, there's a part of you that was wronged, probably falsely accused of something way long ago. And that's the part of you that's still always on high alert, trying to defend themselves. And then that draws in more similar situations. So that's the part this weekend. Take a step back and love that part of you and allow that energy to come up, bubble up, so you can let it go. See whatever happened, release that part, release that energy that's stuck, and let it go. Bless it and release it, because things want to change for you. You just have to allow that energy to be dissipated out of your energy field, out of your body, out of your mind, out of your heart. Forgive anyone that falsely accused you. Forgive them, not condoning it, but just taking them off the hook, taking yourself off the hook. And if someone attacked you, if someone tried to violate you, speak to that part that's holding that trauma and love that part and bring that part peace, infuse peace, love, and healing into that part, and let that energy of violence and abuse, let it go, so you can receive love and peace and safety again. So if you want help with that, I would be honored to work with you on that, because that's kind of heavy. That feels really heavy, but it's something that's really necessary for everyone to move forward and to create new things, because new things want to show up in your reality. Yes. Anyway. All right, my friend. Be well. Love and light. I'll see you later.